So, welcome to our 30-minute power flow. Today I want to focus upon opening up the hips. So, especially if you notice, it's something I haven't done for quite some time. We're going to open up the hips, we're going to strengthen the legs, and we're also going to give some release in our upper body. So it's actually a little bit of both legs, ankles, feet, hips. In essence, it's just a full body practice today. So once you're ready, see how you want to come and sit. If you want to sit on top of something, you can always use a yoga block or maybe a pillow if you have one lying around. Can help to just sit a little bit higher, creates more openness, or makes it easier to open the chest fully and to lengthen all the way alongside the spine. From there, we're going to bring the shoulders all the way towards the ears and back down. Placing your hands onto the knees, pointing the fingers down. And then from there, see if you want to close your eyes. We're going to lengthen a little bit more towards the ceiling. Lengthening more, so you can notice where there is maybe some tension present. Now you can observe without judgment how you are doing here today. Maybe you notice that you can bring those shoulders further down towards the ground by lifting the chest a little bit more towards the ceiling, but creating some length in the arms by pointing those fingers down towards the ground. It's a little bit more of an active way of sitting here for our opening meditation. Noticing if there is a new intention or resolution that you want to set for your 30-minute power flow here today. Maybe you just want to move today, especially if you notice that you maybe haven't moved a lot for the last couple weeks. Or maybe you have chosen this practice today because you want to have that moment to check in with your body, to check in with your health. Especially to keep that energy flowing throughout the body, which is also what we're going to focus upon today. This full body flow, this full energy flow. So we can bring that oxygen and the rest of our energy throughout our whole entire body. So we can nourish ourselves. And we can stay an amazing person that we are all already here in this moment. You have chosen to spend this next half hour on your mat, which is already 30 minutes that you have dedicated fully to yourself, to your own practice. Taking a moment to bring your chin towards your chest, keep lengthening. Taking a moment to say thank you to yourself. That you have taken this time to dedicate to your body, to your mind, that connection between the body and the mind. Because the space that we create through yoga in our practice, in our body, also gives us space in our mind. From there, see if you slowly want to bring your head up, and then from there, bring your head all the way back. On your next exhalation, bringing your chin all the way up and down towards the chest. Keep pointing those fingers down towards the ground. Breathing in, bringing that head all the way up and back. And from there, bringing your chin all the way down towards the chest again. From there, we place the fingertips next to us in one line with the hips next to our body. Breathing in, lifting the chest. See if you can bring your shoulder blades a little bit more towards one another, but without opening the chest too much. So we're staying roughly in the middle. On your exhale, keeping your chest where it is, but bringing your chin towards your chest. And then from there, in that inhalation, bringing that right arm up, looking towards your fingers and towards the ceiling. On your exhalation, placing your left hand to the side, reaching over. We're staying here for 2 deep breaths. See if you can notice where you feel the stretch, where you feel that you can open a little bit more. Breathing in all the way back in the middle. And exhale. Slowly moving to the other side. Same thing. Notice if you can move that shoulder a little bit more away from your ear. Notice the length and the side of your body. Breathing in, coming all the way back in the middle. And from there, exhale, hands behind you. Interlace your fingers. Breathing in, open the chest. Exhale as far as possible for you. Falling forward, lifting those arms as high as possible. And maybe you want to move a bit from side to side here. Be gentle. Notice what your option is. And then from there, slowly releasing the arms, placing your fingertips in front of you in the ground. Now from here, we're going to walk those fingertips all the way towards the left side, pressing those left fingertips into the ground. And from there, we open up into that side bend with a little twist. Exhale, right hand goes all the way down, walking your hands all the way back to the middle. And from the middle, we walk them all the way towards the right side. Now from here, breathing in, left arm all the way up, open. Exhale, hand is going down and slowly walking it back in the middle. Now from there, placing your hands firmly into the ground, and then from there, slowly moving onto all fours. So coming onto hands and knees. Bringing those knees in one line with the hips, spreading those fingers fully out here. And then from there, in your inhalation, breathing in, right arm opens towards the ceiling. And on that exhale, we place that hand onto our tailbone. See if you can look towards the ceiling, opening a little bit more. Next exhalation, right hand reaches all the way towards the front and going down. Breathing in, left hand reaching to the front, open here, hand onto the tailbone, look over your shoulder towards the ceiling. Exhale, hand reaches all the way to the front and down. Now from there, curl your toes, move your butt all the way back, and then see if you slowly want to move a little bit from side to side. So we give a little bit of a massage to our toes by shifting the weight from the left to the right while we are keeping our toes tucked underneath. And from there, now pressing those toes into the ground, and with the strength in the toes, pushing yourself to the front. Exhale, move it all the way back, pressing it all the way down. It's a strong stretch for the toes, but breathing in, move it to the front, and exhale, pushing it back here. Breathing in, move to the front. Exhale, move it back, and then from here we roll ourselves to the front again, and then placing the right foot in between the hands. So keeping your left toes tucked underneath, pressing that right foot down, and then from there with that active leg coming up, And from there, exhale, hands onto your hips. Breathing in, lifting the chest. And on your exhale, you're pushing with your right foot into the ground, making sure the toes are not coming off the ground here while you move your weight back. Breathing in, move to the front. Maybe you want to move a little bit more to the front. Don't let that knee cross the ankle too far to the front. Exhale, move it back. Using that strength to keep the right foot into the ground. Breathing in, move it to the front. And then this time, exhale, hands down into the ground. Left hand is in one line with your left shoulder. Breathing in, bringing the right arm up. And on your exhale, place the right hand onto your knee, guiding your right knee open to the side. Only guiding, not pushing. From there, move it back in the middle. And then placing the right foot back next to your left leg. Maybe you want to release the toes for a moment, move your butt from side to side, or maybe having some cats and cows here to give some release for the hips and the lower back. Now from there, of course, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So once you're ready, curl the toes, push yourself back. Now look in between the hands and placing your left foot in between the hands here. Now from there, breathing in, coming up, placing those hands onto your hips, and then on an exhalation, move it back. And if you notice that your left toes come off the ground, you come up a little bit more, keeping those toes down in the ground. So it's an active one for both of your legs because you want to keep the toes down. Now from there, move to the front, open here, lifting the heart. Exhale, move it back. Now press those toes down, see where you can find the length and the strength here in that leg. Now breathing in, move to the front, open, and from there, your exhalation, hands go down. Right hand in one line with your right shoulder, breathing in, open here. And on an exhalation, we're gonna place that hand onto the knee again. You're gonna slide it open, guiding it open to the side. Maybe you want to look towards the ceiling again. And from there, back in the middle, we're walking our hands towards the right side. Now releasing that right foot into the ground and then moving both of your feet or both of your knees in one line with your hips again. So we are in all fours, but we turned halfway. Now from there, spreading your fingers fully out, curl your toes, push your butt back and up to downward dog. And then from there, you're going to place your feet a little bit wider. And you're going to walk them a bit more to the front. And from there, if you notice that that's not an option anymore, you can walk your hands more towards the back. Now from there, we're gonna release in our upper body. So we're just gonna drop our upper body here, but the legs stay completely active. Now make sure that you're not locking the knees. The inside of the feet is fully active, so we're lifting it off the ground. And I'm walking your hands more in between the legs here, dropping your head. Now see with that activation in the legs, if you can lift your butt as high as possible. Now from here, breathing in, walking your hands to the front, maybe placing your fingertips down or your hands, whatever your option is here in this moment. Now from there, bringing your heels a little bit closer so the toes are now pointing out towards the side. And then from there, bending your knees, bringing the knees open to the side. And then from there, breathing in, coming all the way up, and we end up in goddess pose. See if you maybe want to move from side to side here by bending one knee a little bit more and stretching the other one out. Now from there, exhale, hands onto the knees. See how low you can go without the knees dropping in. So we keep those knees as open as possible here. From there, on your exhalation, bending the arms, slowly folding forward And there is that hip opener that we talked about in the beginning. Now keep the strength in the legs. Maybe you want to move from side to side for a moment. And then from there, placing your hands down, stretching the legs out, turning those feet back in one line with the short side of the mat if you have a regular mat that is not round like this one. Now folding forward here. Maybe you want to move a bit from side to side. Now next inhalation, placing your right hand in one line with your chest. Breathing in, open, reaching towards the ceiling with your left hand. Exhale, bring your hand down. Breathing in, right hand all the way up, reaching towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring it down. We do one more each side. Breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Now from here, grabbing hold of your elbows, dropping your head. If you notice that your elbows are on the ground, and make your step a little bit smaller. And then moving from side to side. On your next inhalation, coming back in the middle, bringing your arms all the way back, interlacing your fingers, and on your exhalation, you're going to drop your arms over your head here. So a big opener for the shoulders. You can always choose to maybe move a little bit more from side to side here. And then from there, with the strength in your legs, turning the feet a little bit out again, so you can bend your legs and you can come up, keeping your hands where they are. Yes, stretching out the legs, releasing the arms, and shake it all out. So shaking the legs, shaking the arms, making your little funny dance here. See what feels good. And then from there, you bring your feet all the way together, the heels in one line with your hips. From here, hands in front of your heart. Breathing in, lifting your heels. So balance here. From there, slowly start bending your knees, going all the way down. Hands in front of your heart. Two options here. Maybe you notice you want to stay here, you want to stay in this balance pose. If that's a bit too much today, you always feel free to put the knees down or to come and sit in a lotus position or in easy pose. Otherwise, see if you want to stay here. From there, breathing in, arms go up. And from there, exhale, left hand in between the shoulder blades, right hand on top of your elbow. See if you can keep lifting the heart. And if you want more, bringing that right hand back, see if those arms or those hands can find each other while keeping your balance. Always feel free to adjust your pose if you notice it's getting a bit too much for the feet and the ankles. Now from there, we're going to release, arms up. Same thing, other side, this time right hand in between the shoulder blades, left hand on top, lifting the heart. And if you want more, hand goes back. See if you can join those hands together again. And from there, releasing those arms, hands in front of you, coming onto all fours. And release those ankles. Yes. See if you want to make little circles here. Or if you want to slap them really softly in the ground here. Just to wake them up again. To get that blood flowing. From there, we're going to sit onto our heels. And we're going to do a little counter pose for the feet. Two options here. You can use a yoga block for this one. You can also use a pillow, or you can roll up the front of your mat. So if you have a regular mat, probably be even bigger than this part. And what you can do then is place your knees on top while moving your weight all the way back. I will show it with the pillow because I think that will be more visible on the camera. So using something that is soft for the knees, and now you move a little bit more towards it, moving your weight back down onto your heels. And then from there, you're gonna bring those knees up, and that's where we place that pillow. So you can fold it in half, you can keep it like this. So your knees will be supported, and you will notice that you get a bigger stretch here for the front of the legs. So for the front of the legs and the front of the ankles. So if you notice that your heels are dropping out a little bit more, so that's totally fine. This is all personal, depends on the shape of our ankles actually. So don't worry about feet having to be straight or whatever, just let them drop in whatever way they are dropping here. Hands onto the knees. See if you want to bring your chin towards the chest. Little moment here to release on the front side of the ankles. And on your next inhalation, bringing your arms up. Exhale, move to the front, releasing your pillow or your mat from underneath your knees. You can go to the side again. And then from there, making little circles with the ankles. Now from there, we're gonna sit onto our butt. You're gonna place the soles of the feet against each other. We're gonna place our hands around the feet. I leave the option to you if you want to keep your feet a bit more to the front, or if you want to try to maybe bring them even closer towards your upper body. And holding on to the feet, breathing in, lifting the heart, making sure you can create that length here. And then from there, we're slowly gonna flap the wings of the butterfly. So keeping your chest lifted back as straight as possible. Keep breathing here. And then from there, maybe while flapping the wings, maybe you want to stop flapping the wings, whatever feels right for you. You're gonna place your right hand on the left side of your left foot. So you're gonna place it on top of your left foot basically. Now from there, with flapping the wings or maybe releasing it here, we're gonna open into a twist. Exhale, coming back in the middle, either flapping the wings or letting them just drop to the side. We're gonna do the same thing to the other side. And slowly move it back in the middle. Now crossing the hands. So the left hand is going to be on the right foot. The right hand is going to be on the left foot. Breathing in, lifting the heart, pressing the soles of the feet together, lifting here. See if you can move your shoulder blades a little bit more towards one another, looking towards the ceiling. And if you notice that there is space here today, then see if you slowly want to move to the front here. Dropping your head, keeping that length. And from there, releasing, going into that yin energy by dropping your head. Dropping the arms. And from here, breathing in, coming all the way back up. Bringing those knees back together, rolling down onto your back. Knees towards the chest, hands onto the knees. Making circles here. And moving them the other way around. Going to do a small twist before we're going for the final relaxation for Shavasana. So stretching out the right leg, grabbing hold of your left knee, and from there dropping that knee towards the right side. Keeping your shoulders down, in the ground. Closing your eyes for a moment, taking 3 deep breaths here. Next inhalation, coming back in the middle, both knees towards the chest. Making circles here, maybe using your hands to do so. From there, left leg stretches out, grabbing hold of the inside of your right leg. And from there, dropping that leg over towards the left side, shoulders stay in the ground. And again, closing your eyes, taking 3 deep breaths here. From there, slowly move it back in the middle, placing your feet a little bit wider than the hips, and then slowly dropping the knees from side to side. From there, stretching the legs out, arms next to your body, and closing your eyes here. Taking this moment to think back to that intention that you maybe have set for yourself in the beginning of the practice. And taking these final moments of your 30-minute power flow to fully relax here. And slowly start to move your feet again. Little movements with your fingers, your hands. And from there, interlacing your fingers, stretching yourself all the way out. And from there, slowly making yourself small again. And dropping onto your side, supporting your head with your arm. And from there, moving yourself all the way back up into a seated position. Hands together in front of your heart. Thank you so much for joining this 30-minute power flow. Take a moment to relax afterwards as well. Drink a nice glass of water or a cup of tea. And then I want to thank you for joining this practice. Namaste.